What's going on, Chris?
No, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think so. So let me talk to chat really quick. First, I'll introduce us and see what's going on. See if they can hear you because, again, I'm not Matt, and I'm not the best at doing this just yet, but we're going to get it right eventually. So firstly, hopefully you guys can hear Chris. Chris, say something so these people can tell me whether or not they can even hear you. I want to make sure the screen capture is working correctly.
Say something.
Perfect. And then before we start this, before I introduce Chris and everything, I just wanted to say, some of you may not know him, maybe not everyone has heard quite yet, but a big member of the community just passed away, unfortunately, and that was Dome. We're not even sure if all of his friends and family know yet or anything, but a close person to him was nice enough to let us in the community know that happened, and it was just our way of kind of paying our respect a little bit. I do want to share a link with you guys. I don't know if the chat will allow me to put links into it or not, but they do have a GoFundMe, and Dome's family could certainly use it for the funeral costs and everything. They've already raised about $1,000, which is good, but anything that you guys can give helps, obviously. And then other than that, we're just going to go ahead and do the podcast as usual, because I'm sure everyone who's been dealing with this all day is looking for a little bit of a break. Let me see what you guys say about audio really quick. I'm sure someone said something at this point. Everything is good. Looks like we're good to go, bud. So that said, I guess I'm just going to start us off here and say welcome to the AM Hookah podcast. I'm not going to say that funny thing that Matt says every time because honestly I don't remember it too well. But today, instead of Matt, I have Dr. Noobsauce or Chris Fernandez. Is that how you pronounce your last name, Chris?
Yeah, that's about right. There's a lot of us, so my last name's very common.
Perfect. All right. Well, we got Chris Fernandez, aka Dr. Noobsauce, a prolific YouTuber. He does all that sweet YouTube reviewing. He's better than a lot of the guys out there purely because he's been doing it so long. That's just my humble opinion. And if I'm a little bit off today, I apologize. I'm not exactly feeling up to all this, but we're going to try to do it anyway. So, Chris, let's start. Why don't you introduce yourself? I'm not very good at introductions. What's going on? Talk to people.
Hello, everyone who's watching. Thank you for coming, stopping by. Rest in peace, Dome. I actually, really quick, I was actually fortunate enough to meet him. I know a lot of us do a lot of different hangouts and stuff like that, and people pop in, people pop out, and I did get to talk to him for a little bit a while ago. He didn't really have much to say. It seemed like he was more of like a gentle giant where he just listened and absorbed knowledge, and he would chime in when he had something insightful to say. But whatever he spoke, he did speak with good information. You okay over there? Hopefully you're not.
I'm gonna make it.
But he was an okay guy in my book. Rest in peace. About what he was saying about the GoFundMe. Last time I checked on the GoFundMe, we raised over $950 or $55 already. So it was almost $1,000. So I believe that it was either I think Frank or Tommy who kind of started the whole thing, and they actually bumped our goal up to about like $5,000. So it would be great. I mean, if you can raise, $5, it's not much. I know it's hard to ask people for money for someone that they don't really know, but when someone is kind of in trouble in the community, we kind of want to help them out. So it means a lot. And yeah, head drop the link down below or whatever, and definitely go check that out. But I am Dr. Noobsauce. I have a YouTube channel, Dr. Noobsauce, and I've been doing reviews for all things hookah related for about a year now. And we don't, like me and Adrian, we don't get paid for any of this. We do it because we do it because we love it.
Labor of love, yeah.
Yeah, and it's our thing. We like hookah. We like talking to other people about hookah. We like interacting with people and seeing what they think about the products as well. Especially for people who don't, have a big hookah circle. It's nice to jump on and talk to people in the Facebook groups and stuff and connect people, And that's why I think Hookah Expo Worldwide is going to be such a great time because we've met so many of you wonderful people online, and it's gonna be great to actually meet you in person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is a good place to go ahead and move into some of the stuff that we were talking about today. And I think a really good place to start off would be want to talk about the Chicago Hookah meetup first? since that's coming up before Hookah Expo Worldwide.
Yes, I am super, super excited about it. So it is going to be next month, April 14th at 7 p.m. It's going to be in Chicago. If you need the address, I can give it to you later, or I can invite you to the group. If you're able to drive out there or fly out there, it's going to be one day, but I'm personally going to be out there Saturday, Sunday, and I'm leaving Monday. I'm looking forward to just hanging out. I love like the community of hookah. I love the whole aspect of it where you can just sit down across from someone that you don't even have anything in common with, and you have the love of hookah in common, and you can start your conversation. I love that interaction. So the Chicago Hookah Meetup, which is hosted by Nino, who works for Mason Bowl Hookah, or Mason Bowl Ware.
Mason Shishaware, I think is what they call it.
Mason Shishaware. I always butchered Nino's thing. I feel I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
I'm sure he loves it. Yeah, and so are you coming out to the Chicago meetup? I know a few people are.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there. I know. Adrian is kind enough to clear his very busy schedule to get out there.
Don't make me seem like a douchebag, Chris.
No, it's hard. It's hard when people ask you, "Hey, come to this state. We want you to come smoke with us." You're like, "What? That's craziness." But so Nino's gonna be out there. You're also gonna have the Sky Distributors gonna be out there. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on, some new items, maybe a Helix Bowl or, Timber Hose, or maybe some of those beautiful Dom Bowl hookahs that they might be coming out with, or even their bowls that we love so much.
Yeah, you're not you might be fooling them, but you're not fooling me. I know why you're really pumped to get out there. And drink that Chicago beer. It's basically just an excuse for me to go get drunk with everyone. I would imagine so. Okay, so really quick, before we move on to other stuff and just kind of riff, I want to talk about setups, and I want to see if anyone's smoking in the chat. So I want you to let me know what your setup is, and then I'll do mine, but while you're talking about it, I'll check out everyone else's.
Well, like in most of my videos, I smoke out of my Hookah. You could love it, you could hate it, but it is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous wooden stem with a nice glass base that's cut up, and I'm using my Apache Packer Bowl, smoking a little bit of Natural Order and Dirty Mint, as I love that. That's my favorite flavor right now. It will probably change in the future, and then I'm using some Hex Coals from Golden Desert, which I love. So, that's me. This is my go-to. Everyone has their go-to. I was gonna smoke a little bit of Pond, but I decided to actually enjoy something.
Are you saying Pond's not enjoyable?
Well, a lot of people have different opinions when it comes to Pond. I could smoke Pond Ross by itself. It's just because I've been smoking it for so long, but I kind of wanted something a little bit more chill and mellow.
Okay, cool. Well, before I talk about mine, Brad is actually waiting on Coles. He is going to be getting a Dom Bowl going. I know you're just plugging those. And then Sid is actually smoking AF Lemon, AF Mint, Trifecta Dirty Mint, and Tangier's Orange Soda. That's kind of a wild mix. There's a lot going on. Ooh, no, not Dr. NOOBSAUCE, that's who you are. Dude, where's my hookah? Rob, he's smoking out of his Cam Kamanja Mason Bowl, and AF Orange Mint for Dome. That's awesome. I'm sick, unfortunately. So I decided to just pack a bowl of AF Mint in the Goodfella Bowl, V3. You guys probably know what my setup is by looking at it. It's a Starbuzz Atlantis 1.0 short, and this is the objective best way to use your version 1 D-hose, which is with the soft touch silicone. Or, no, it's not the objective best way. I think that may be better, the Derek Moses hose.
Well, I think I have the same tip as you. I think is this the version 1 or version 2?
This is the version 1. Or might be, I'm not sure. All I know is it's not the hybrid. Which
Okay.
I know that you have some experience with. I actually didn't pick one up. What do you think about the hybrid as opposed to this one?
Well, when I first saw the hybrid when it first came to market, I was using the original D-hose. And the original D-hose has a little belt handle. It has a bigger, I guess it has an overall bigger handle. But you could buy the original D-hose for $20, and then they were selling the new one for almost closer to $40. I didn't understand why. Because I'm a firm believer, don't just buy something because it's new at a higher price if the old one works just the same. So that was my hang up on it. But they're still pretty good hoses. I like them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's see. We got a few more people talking about their setups. We've got Jessica's not smoking anymore. I guess she just finished a bowl of Secret of Babylon, which is actually one of my favorite Zomo flavors.
Zomo has a very good. That's their World Experience line, which I believe it's
Hmm.
very good. A bunch of different flavors. Their texture in their tobacco, I believe, has like a different like mouth-watering taste to it. The first time I had Zomo, I was blown away by how all the flavors complement each other. Like you're looking on the package, it says Dry Sahara, Blue Caribbean, and you're like, what is in here? And then you
Yeah.
smoke it, and then every time I opened a new pack of Zomo, I was actually pretty pleased and very satisfied with the overall package I was getting.
Do you know what Blue Caribbean is supposed to be? Because I just had that. Actually, it was gifted to me by the Shisha Savage herself, and I just had the chance to smoke this. By the way, Sally, I know you're watching. Video on that mix coming soon, just so you know. But do you know what the Blue Caribbean is? Because that stuff, it's just good. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was supposed to be other than cold.
You know what? I think when I was smoking it, I was enjoying it way too much to actually be analyzing it, and it sucked because I only had the 50-gram box that came out. So
Right on, man. And then this Matt Deason's in here. I don't know who the hell that is. You should probably leave, Matt.
poor Matt.
Matt says, Adrian, you should look like a robot. Matt, I'll explain why soon, but Mr. NOOBSAUCE here and myself have figured out how to do this correctly. And it involves me having two webcams, but it's working pretty well. Um, let's see here. All right, so let's move away from chat for a second. Oh, but first, Hookah Fiend, who actually just said to my channel, smoking Can Mini Beast, which is a hookah I've been wanting to get my hands on, and they sell them locally, so I've got no excuse to not have one yet. And they have it on the just kiwi with lime. Is that alfalfa that you're smoking? And then Brad, out of his down bowl, is going to be Alpha Comma Orange, Mint, Gum Mint, out of his Tri-Mini with a Flavor Saver and a Phoenix. But something I really wanted to talk about today, because you're going, this is another event, arguably much larger event coming up, and
Yes.
a lot of people are talking about it. There's a bit of a hype train going, and
Uh-huh.
that's Hookah Expo Worldwide. Maybe we could talk a little bit about expectations, what we'd like to see, what we're hoping to do there. Honestly, just maybe make the hype train go a little faster is what I'd like to do here, if we can.
Well, the hype train is definitely real. I feel like everyone is expecting to have such a great time that it's going to be impossible or near impossible for a lot of people to have a bad time, especially since a lot of people that we've been talking to didn't know anyone in the previous months leading up to it. So now they know a lot of people. They're expecting to meet up with people they never met before. Also, like, oh, by the way, like we should say for the people who don't know what the Hookah Expo Worldwide is, it's
Yeah.
gonna be in Vegas. It's on the 4th and 5th, so it's basically that first weekend of August. The cool thing about this is that Hookah John's been trying to stress out about the expo is that it's going to be a lounge style. He wants people to go there and be able to sit at all the booths, and it's going to be more of a very personal experience where you can sit down with the vendors, with the people who are creating the tobaccos and the bowls, the hoses, and the hookahs. So you can actually have a conversation, unlike a traditional expo would be, where it'd just be a table. You go and you're just kind of passing through. They actually want you to come and sit down, and especially with all the people that we're looking forward to meet, I think it's just going to be a great time. Also, right now, if you buy your tickets, it's $25. You're getting an early bird special. We're not too sure how long that's gonna last, but that's good bonus. $25 is fantastic.
Yeah, the special actually ends pretty soon. It's going to be what is it? April 1st, I think, is when it ends. So
Okay.
get those tickets because I think it goes straight up to $50. You know, so if you want to bring a friend, spend $50 and have two people go instead of one.
Yeah,
Seems
I
better.
know it is tough. I spent a lot of money on a hotel room and just flights to get out there. But if you live close, like to Vegas, there's no excuse for you not to go. This is like your expo. This is you. We need everyone to come out as a community and support it because there's not that many expos in the United States. We have to compete with places like Brazil and Argentina and Russia and all these other countries, Poland, because they hold a lot more expos than we do, and we have to show the vendors and the community that hey, we like hookah. We want it to stay. We want you to come back. We want you to have more expos and more meetups and stuff. So that's why I'm really pumped up for this because this is the big one, guys. You got to come out there.
Yeah, and this is going to be the second one, which is great. John had the first one last year, which was a little bit smaller. There's a lot of vendors confirmed, and I just want to reiterate what you kind of just said, which is the hookah market in America obviously growing, and it goes much further than just our little enthusiast pages that a lot of us are on Facebook, whether it be the Hookah Lounge, Hookah University, Unbiased, all those groups. People are all over the place, but you know, the hookah market is still very much a micro market in America, where it's kind of in the mainstream, even in places like Russia and Brazil. A lot of people smoke hookah out there. So, you know, it'll mean a lot to the American industry, the more people that show up. If we can max this place out, I think that'll be a really big deal.
Yeah, you have someone here in the chat, CrimZJ.
CrimZJ.
Jay is actually offering, if people need places to stay, they're in, this person's already in Vegas. So, hey, listen, if you can't spend a lot of money on a hotel, which is very understandable, and your wallet's already crunched to hell with the flight costs, you know, there are people in the community that live there, so you can go on THL and ask, you know, don't be afraid to ask people and get in the conversation, because there's a lot of people who will just will watch and kind of afraid to actually get in a conversation. We're trying to build a community, and I know Adrian will back me up, where people feel like, you know, it's their community too. You know, we want people to get involved as well. Don't just be a spectator. So if you have questions, throw them out there. You're not going to get belittled.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely looking for a place to room. I know Matt's coming down there. Maybe we can all get a room or something. That'd be really cool. But let's talk about vendors, because we have a currently up-to-date list of vendors that are going to be there. It's not maxed out. There's the potential that more vendors will jump on. There's a few vendors that aren't on yet that I would like to see. But what do you know about the vendors that are coming on? Because there's some that are actually pretty exciting, some that I actually haven't heard of.
Well, we have this, so it's broken down into 4 big floor booths, which are currently occupied by Fumari, Starbuzz, and Alfucker. And there's one more that's pending that be determined. But those guys actually have the biggest booths. And I had the pleasure of going to see Fumari at Hookah Fair over here in New York City, and they had one of the biggest lounge setups, and it was fantastic. So if it's anything like that, you're gonna have a great time. I'm personally really excited to see alpaca, because they're gonna bring the alpaca. I want to take a picture with an alpaca. How many times in your life are you gonna meet an alpaca? Like basically 0. So I'm gonna go and pet this alpaca. If nothing else, that's the one thing I want to do.
And even if you've seen an alpaca, how many times do you get to smoke hookah with an alpaca?
That's true.
I bet it's 0.
It is 0.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna probably go to the Middle East, so I don't know. Are there alpacas in the Middle East? Where are they from? I don't know nothing about alpacas.
I have no clue what I'm talking about 90% of the time, and when it comes to alpacas, it actually boosts to 100% of the time. I've got no clue where those things are from.
Yeah, did you want to run down the list of confirmed companies?
That would be a good idea. Do you have it pulled up? I could probably find it in the chat.
I have it pulled up. So we'll start from the top. We have Sahara Smoke. We have Alpaca, bringing the alpaca. We have Cocoa Earth, and I'm getting a couple of their hex coals soon. We have Ugly Hookah, which I'm excited about because they have one of my Ugly Makes Roller Coaster, and if none of you have tried roller coaster flavor from them, it's really, really fantastic. You have the Phoenix company that makes the HMD that's been the buzz over the last month, with or without the foil. You have Starbuzz, another one. You have Shika Hookah, Trifecta Tobacco. Of course, you have the man himself, Hookah John, is going to have a table in the middle of the floor. You have Al Walha, Regal Hookah, Zomo, Flavors of America, which I'm not too familiar with.
Yep, same.
Hookah Headquarters, who I believe they make hookahs, I believe. I'm not sure which ones they make.
It's not Headquarters Hookah?
Is that Headquarters Hookah? Yeah.
That's going to be the Prometheus.
Prometheus, there we go.
Basil, or Basilios, that's his company.
Okay, you also have Azure, and the last one, which I actually got the pleasure of sitting in their booth at the Hookah Fair, was Sherbetli Tobacco. Sherbetli, okay, there we go.
Pronounce it. I'm not sure. That's how DMZ's been pronouncing it.
Hey, yo, I'm from New York. I don't know stuff.
I'm from Detroit. I don't have clean water.
That's a sore subject, but how you were saying before, I'm actually curious because there are companies that are missing. such as Maya, which is one of the top 5 companies in the world
Yep.
for hookah, is not listed there. You also don't have Tangiers also listed. So those are the big 2 companies that I was like, wow, okay, they're not going to be here, because he does have, like, I would say, like, over 70% of the hookah companies showing up at his expo.
Now, did you name Alchemist by any chance when you were listing those? I
No,
don't think you did.
Alchemist is not there. Yeah, you're right.
Very strange. They were a very, very big part of the expo last year. They paid for a lot of it, actually, which is very interesting. I would be surprised if in the next couple of months they don't at least confirm an appearance.
Like, I think everyone assumed when Jake Jacobson was announced as being, like, the co-partner to Hookah John, we all thought Starbuzz was going to be included at some, like, in some capacity. And they actually have one of the biggest spots on the floor, which is not surprising.
Yeah, but I don't think that has anything to do with Jake Jacobson, which is weird.
Yes, weird. I don't know what his affiliation is still with Starbuzz at this point. Because if you go on his LinkedIn, little bit of research,
deep diving.
He doesn't have Starbuzz linked as his current companies that he works for, because he works for Lionheart or whatever the thing is company now that does, like, branding and stuff, I think.
That's interesting. This is the Shisha Savage just chimed in. Tangiers is actually rep by Regal, so it looks like we may have a little dual action. And to be honest, I won't be too pissed off if I go to the Regal table and they've got a bunch of Tangiers. I'd be fine with that.
There will be a very popular booth if they're throwing up Tangiers in their bowls and all their nice hookahs. I'm actually really looking forward to looking at Shika hookah, and I want to try to get me some more alpaca bowls. You know, it would be nice, and I'm hoping they're selling everything at wholesale. You would think
that would be amazing. I actually want to. I have most of the alpaca lineup. I've actually got duplicates of certain bowls, but I do not have the entire lineup, and I'd like to complete that as well. Obviously, Hookah John's going to be there. I don't know if anyone knows that, but Hookah John's actually going to be at the Hookah John Hookah Expo Worldwide. But I'd like to complete both of those lines because I'm a collector and I spend money on dumb shit like most of us do.
Yeah, it's like oh, well, I just bought a bowl. Well, there's a new bowl out. I'll buy that one too.
Absolutely. All right, let me check chat really quick. Stefan caught my little basil reference, that meme that was going on with Basilios, which is my favorite meme right now. Well, that's my favorite meme of last year, I guess.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm gonna have to look it up. You got to show me after.
Yeah, basically it's just Basilios and basil. You know, they had the same suffix, I guess. So people made that connection pretty quickly and memed the shit out of it. Yeah, like, nothing crazy going on. It's like Shika Trifecta Mason. I'm not sure what that means. By the Shisha Savage. Elaborate.
I was hoping that Sky Distributor would be there. Maybe with some Don Bowls. I was hoping that Mason would be there too. Maybe repping off some of their stuff. I mean, they would sell out in a heartbeat.
Especially with the new Helix Bowls. Which,
yeah,
do we have a confirmed price on those yet?
I was looking on the website. They have the albino bowl, which is up in the range of $50, $60. But most of the other bowls go for about $40 with tax and everything.
I wonder how much they're going to retail the Helix at, because it is handmade. They don't just cast those like they cast the Mason bowls. The Onyx bowls, rather. So that's interesting. As soon as that goes up, I mean, hopefully it's not like a $100 bowl or anything, because...
Well, it's basically like a gold rush when he releases bowls. There's people on waiting lists. There's people basically, like, when new sneakers come out, or you're basically waiting like this, or like you got like some kind of ticket you're waiting for, you're waiting to click, like, checkout right away, because if you wait, those bowls are going to go bye-bye.
There's people who, like, go in to buy these bowls with a secondary color in mind because they know the color they want is going to sell out before they can get to the purchase screen. It's insane.
It's nice to see that in the hookah community there is a product that has so much buzz, and it's justified. The albino is $90, really? That is crazy, because I just checked the other day, and I didn't know it was that much money. That's crazy. I'm going to look really quick.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he only release one albino every few batches? I don't think it's every batch that he even releases an albino. Pretty sure those are hard to get.
Well, because on the main page, you're absolutely right. It's limited stock, one per every 2 batches.
Wow. So that's
2 batches. So I'm not even sure if it's coming out.
That's crazy. That's a rare. It's a rare bowl.
And Paul, I'm looking right now on the website. It says Onyx Shishaware Bowl, limited albino color, $57.99. So I'm not sure where the extra bucks came in. And I'm looking down the other bowls. I mean, this is the Onyx bowl. You want to talk about the other one? Then the Helix. Then that's gonna be a little bit different. Yeah. Okay. So the Helix bowl is $90. The albino.
It looks like we're gonna have to be done before 51 minutes because that's when the batch releases.
Wow.
I might try to get one. I don't know. I may get one off the first batch. They look really good. They look like solid bowls.
I do want to get one, but I feel like if I buy one and then I see one in Chicago when we go, I'm gonna be very upset with myself.
Yeah, you want to hand pick it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna wait.
That's a good call. I think I'll wait too. No, I'm not gonna tell people to wait because I'm sure he wants to like sell out immediately. Like he does. He's gonna sell out anyways. He doesn't need our help there. But yeah, so we've got a pretty long list of different vendors that are gonna show up. How many spots are empty? We have a certain amount of empty slots in the expo still, right?
Yeah, there's let me see real quick. There's about 8 slots that are still empty, which is I'm sure he's gonna have a packed house.
Absolutely.
You know? And I would love to see all these vendors come out in full force and bring their best stuff, you know, because I would like to kind of like take a bunch of pictures, you know, make a bunch of videos and be like, hey, Russia, look at our expo, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big deal. Hopefully everyone gets out there. I don't know where I'm staying yet, but it's really nice that it's going to be in Vegas. It's actually going to be the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is a pretty massive convention center. It's not far from the Strip either. So, you know, do a little bit of Hookah Expo, then do a little bit of wasted money on gambling. That's my plan. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm pretty sure that money for gambling is going to go bye-bye once you get on the expo floor and you're going to see all these beautiful hookahs and hoses. Sally's saying that you can't handpick. Nino tried to be fair.
That makes sense. Okay, well that's sad. I'm still gonna wait though. I want to see him in person. Hopefully he brings a few.
Yeah. I'm really excited for these two. I'm really excited for the meetup. Really excited for the expo. These are things that's going to be happening within the community. I would like to see maybe like a THL meetup or a Hookah University meetup. Like people take it into their own hands within their community because like Paul's out there in a certain part of California. I don't remember where. But he's basically all by himself. There's not much hookah stuff going on, and it would be nice for people to get together and be like, hey, you know what? Let's meet up like once a month and go here or go there and smoke, or you know, like anyone who's nearby. Like more community meetups would be great because I know in New York City here we really don't have like a big hookah community, and there's a big crackdown on tobacco here.
That's a bummer. Over here, and you know, I'm real close to Dearborn, so we have a pretty massive community. But honestly, it's really underwhelming. You know, you go out here and no one knows what a fumble is, first of all, and then no one knows what a not Chinese-made hookah is. So any hookah meetups that we have out here are very much just me and the small handful of other enthusiasts that are out in Michigan. If you're out on the West Coast, though, there's no excuse not to do that type of thing. They're everywhere out there.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the community is based in California. That's just my observation from like Hookah University and the Hookah Lounge. It's like a lot of people out there. They're always posting videos. You got RB, you know, he's always out there. You got Stefan, who's always posting videos. Especially if you guys haven't seen Stefan dancing with a belly dancer, I might have to post that video again because he's got some crazy dance moves.
Yes. Really quick, I just noticed that the Shisha Savage has been posting here pretty regularly, and I haven't even plugged this. I feel like we should. But for anyone who doesn't know, the Shisha Savage was just on a pretty massive hiatus. dealing with some personal stuff. Won't get into it. I'll let her if she chooses to. But she's back. She's back with some new videos, and I understand that you might have your hand in some of that. Chris, is that correct?
No, well, originally I wanted to try to help her when I could, but it's like a logistic thing. She's so far away. I think she's in like South Carolina or something. But I actually, before I actually started doing my own videos, I'm sure we all saw Hookah John videos at some point or another. We all saw his videos. But the other people that I would like to shout out is Rob. Is a dude, Where's My Hookah? Mm-hmm. His channel was one of the first channels I saw. Sally's channel was one of the first channels I saw. You had Zach and a couple other people, but those people really were like the first people doing the YouTube reviews, and they deserve your attention when they speak.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, we talked a bunch about expos. We talked a bunch about other reviewers, but this is pretty important here. You're a reviewer. You do hookah reviews on the YouTube. At least I heard you have. It's not like I haven't already watched your entire library or anything. I've actually seen some of your gaming videos too. But I wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of interview you so people know a little bit more about you. Because, you're one of there's not very many active reviewers right now. It seems like there's more and more coming out of the woodwork. But ever since that first and second wave of big reviewers have either melted into the industry or fallen off for whatever reason, there's a little bit more room for more of us to come in. I've come in myself with my hodgepodge kind of run and gun garbage reviews, and then there's you with your
downplay the pipe dream.
Well,
I love that. I love it.
I used to care, and then I saw the production value on your videos. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, maybe get these people knowing more about Chris, Dr. NOOBSAUCE, and I guess we'll start with, dude, how long have you been smoking hookah?
Man, I must have been smoking hookah since like 2006. Like my college days, but back then there wasn't much variety. There was Starbuzz, there was Fantasia, there was AF, there wasn't much going on. So hookah was very much a recreational thing for me, once in a while. I wasn't smoking at home. Like if we finished a long night of drinking, we'd be like, hey, there's a hookah lounge over here. What's hookah? I don't know. Let's just go smoke it. I wasn't really heavily into it.
That's very interesting. Now, to follow that question up, at what point after you started smoking did you go, oh, this is something I want to do all of the time?
Well, it wasn't until, I guess, recently, within the last 2 years, when I got injured in my job and I was sitting around the house a lot more. I was more being in New York City. You have places like Astoria, Queens that have a lot of hookah lounges. Most they're like peppered in around the tri-state area. And I kind of just bought my first crappy knockoff KM, and I was like, you know what, I like this. And then I started doing the whole Twitch gaming scene, where because I'm a big gamer, I love video games, all that stuff, and it just naturally progressed. And I was like, you know what, one day I was just like, you know what, let me make a review on this flavor. After seeing people like Shisha Savage and Zach and Dude, Where's My Hookah, and a couple other people, I was like, you know what, I'll do it. Why not? And I just gave it a shot. And my first video was hot trash. But you have to have that hot trash video to know go back once in a while and look at it and be like, okay, I stepped it up a little bit.
We're making some sort of progress. Exactly. I regularly go back to that first video and go, okay, what I'm doing now isn't garbage. That was garbage. This is slightly better decorated garbage. We're doing
especially when you're like you're your own worst critic. Mm-hmm. Where you go back and you view your video and it's like, I can't believe I uploaded this. Why didn't I make this edit, or why didn't I? But basically that's how I got it. I just dove headfirst into it with a shitty web camera at the time, and I just wanted to do it, and it just kept steamrolling from there.
Outstanding. Okay, so before we move on to change the topic a little bit, you have some reviews that just came out recently. You want to plug anything or talk about anything you reviewed recently? Because you just did an update video, which was very entertaining because of the green screen. I actually would like to know how to do that. That was pretty good, whatever you did. Like, the green screen was behind all your props, so it wasn't just you in the green screen. It was you and everything in the room floating in fucking space is what it looked like, which was, like, the best thing. But I know you just dropped a few reviews. One on that hose, especially, I thought was pretty interesting.
Yes, I always find a way to plug Derek Moses' hose. I'm a big fan of stuff that are more custom to you. Because, like, as I said before, hookah smoking is a very personal experience, especially even when you smoke at home. From your packing method to the foil patterns to how many coals you use to what you're smoking on and even how you smoke. Like you'll have friends who come over and they smoke a completely different way. So whenever there's some kind of device or material or like any type of bowl, hose, head, hookah that it's unique and it's tailor made to you, I love that type of stuff. I love like personalizing stuff to that person. And this was a great little thing. And the whole reason I actually found out about this hose was through word of mouth, was through our community. People were saying, hey, guys, check this person out. It was, you know, and he got the plugs. And so whenever I use the hose, I will continue to plug them. It's a very good material. It's nice. It has Drnoobsauce on it. It's great. I love it. I love it so much.
Beautiful. Here's a question that Nat tends to ask on a lot of our interviews that I want to ask here because I think it's always pretty interesting to see what people say to this. But you're say you could pick one flavor, like a desert island flavor. You know, like this is the only flavor you're going to smoke for the rest of your life. If you had to pick one, what would it be?
AF grape.
All right. So there's there's 4 states separating us or something like that. If there weren't, I'd hit you hard.
Me and Adrian right now have a online battle about AF grape. I as most of us have, we grew up smoking AF, and that was all we knew. So I don't know. My taste bud's a little bit different. People say it tastes like ketchup. I say it tastes like mouth-watering, you know, white grapes. But it's a fun little rivalry we have going on here with this.
Oh, it's the worst. I saw those jabs you took at me in that last video.
Yeah, in my last update video, I tried to find the worst pictures of Adrian here, and I made sure I put them in my video just for him. Especially the one with him holding 2 turkey legs. He's going to town on these turkey legs, and the face he made, I was like, well, that's definitely making the video.
Yeah, that was actually taken at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. What, by the way, they had a hookah lounge there last year. They had like a tent set up with all these traditional hookahs. It was pretty badass.
That's awesome. That's something you wouldn't expect to see at a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, it's really nice because in Michigan we do have, like I said, we have a lot of hookah smokers, but it's a lot of people. It's like the old Arab community. A lot of old guys that want to smoke like Nocco Double Apple, which is fine. I love Nocco Double Apple, but you don't like that? Oh, hold on.
Well, it's not for everyone. I'll say that right off the bat. But it's a very distinct flavor. But once you start smoking double apple, it's kind of hard to go back to a lot of other flavors because no matter what kind of double apple you smoke, it has a very distinct taste, and it's good if you like that. Like I said, like I have a bunch of Pan here, Pan Rasp, and I like smoking it. But most people. Like, it's just a very strong flavor. It's so strong, it will stain whatever hose you're using for the most part.
Yeah, for my pond flavors, I have a dedicated unwashable hose and a cam. And I could actually just put water in the base and put no bowl on it and smoke it. I'm not getting clouds, but it's full flavor every time. Oh, right here, let's see. Oh, look at this. In the chat, it looks like there's more people supporting your love of AF grape than my hatred for it. We've got Rami and Akeem saying, "Oh, they love AF grape," and I disagree. And
but then... you have Shisha Savage and Hookah Fiend on your side.
Good, that's what I want.
But that's hookah flavors in a nutshell. Really, it really is. It's so subjective. I can say it tastes like this. And then Adrian can review the flavor, and he will either like it or dislike it, and he will say it tastes this way. And that's why it's very important just not to watch one review. Get the full picture. Everyone has an input, and I think everyone's opinion is valued for the most part.
Absolutely. So we're going with AF grape for your desert flavor, right? Is that the actual flavor? Okay, cool. We can't be friends after this is over. Sally says Knock DA is great. I agree, Sally. I think everyone should. I think double apple is such like a controversial flavor profile. A lot of people don't like that black licorice. But have you ever tried Alfaker licorice flavor?
No, I would assume it's not like the double apple flavor.
So you smoke double apple and you get that anise kick at the front of the flavor, and the first thing you think is like, oh, this tastes like black jelly beans or black licorice. But
And I hate that.
I
I
love
hate black
that.
jelly beans.
But you don't realize how much extra complexity is actually is actually in the flavor profile until you actually have alfalfa licorice, which actually straight up tastes like black licorice. It
I
is
think I
hard to
think
smoke.
that would just make me throw up. I would probably get nicotine poisoning from that flavor.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds horrible.
it is it's not good. I would not recommend smoking alfalfa licorice. Other than alfalfa grape, what do you like from alfalfa's line? They're like probably the what are they? The largest worldwide brand of shisha tobacco.
I would say they move a lot of units.
Yeah.
They get I'm not sure where they get most of the tobacco from, but China is a huge distributor, and I'm pretty sure they're in the Middle East somewhere. Just the fact that I'll put it this way: any lounge you go to is gonna have AF. Not every lounge you go to is gonna have Trifecta. Not every lounge you go to is gonna have Alchemist. Not every lounge you go to might not even have Famari, but I bet you they will have AF.
Absolutely. Over here we have Sally saying, no, that wasn't Sally. Well, she does say DA is great, but Hookah Fiend, Double Apple, and Grapefruit are great. Grapefruit by Alfaka, that's such a solid flavor.
Hmm.
And then, not DA is like a rite of passage. For some people, yeah. For other people, they're like, I hate this and I never want to smoke it again.
Yeah, you know what? I can definitely see her point of view when it comes to flavors, because when you introduce your friend to flavors, you're not automatically going to turn them onto a black leaf, right? So you would kind of build their tolerance and their taste buds up until you eventually get to something like double apple and pond, and then I think the next step it would be that dark black leaf, where you get that robust flavor and takes a lot of heat. Because I find myself smoking a lot of black leaf tobacco, especially with like Trifecta and Tangiers.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Sally thought you were joking when you said AF grape for your desert flavor. Nope, I think he's serious. I'm actually very, very uncomfortable right now. Stop. Stop it. Oh, and Rami says, I love Citrus Mint by Alfalfa. That's actually one of my favorite Alfalfa flavors, too.
Citrus mint is like their sleeper hit. For people who haven't had citrus mint, definitely go check that out. It's good by itself. You do not need to mix citrus mint, but you can if you like to. It's a very good alfalfa flavor.
Yeah, I'll take a second to actually plug some reviews I just did, because we're talking about some flavor profiles that I've had from a different line. Do you have any experience with Messiah?
Yes, I've had Messiah, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. My biggest gripe with them is not how it burns, not how it tastes. It's fine. It's completely fine on those points. The problem was the storing of it. When so say Messiah comes in the circular can, and it has like this pop lid where it has grooves, and you pop it off the top. And the first time I smoked it was like their mint. I got lemon, and I got some other flavor. I don't remember. But the problem was that what I usually do, I usually always cut out the tobacco out of the bag and dump it in the container and then seal the container. That's just something I've always done, just because it's easier. Because when I go to smoke again, I don't want to fight with the bag, so that's what I do. So I noticed with Messiah, if you keep it in the tin long enough, it doesn't seal the tobacco. It will actually start to leak out of the sides, which was a real big bummer because it has like an aluminum bottom, and then the sides are just basically cardboard almost.
When's the last time you've had Messiah?
Probably like 5 months ago.
So the last two videos I actually did were the Messiah packing method video, which I just tried to show people how to pack it into funnel and Egyptian style bowls, because all of the vendors now stock Messiah. And then I did a review on the watermelon mint, which is actually a pretty solid flavor. Something I haven't touched on yet, because I didn't do my full video review of Messiah as a brand, like overview on the cut, the packaging, and everything like that, is their packaging is now completely plastic.
Is it really?
And it's taller. It can actually compensate for that entire 250 grams after you dump it. And they used to do this thing like alfalfa, where they put this container inside of a container that they have to dump, but now it's awesome. It's got this seal on it. You open it up, you crack the seal, you mix up the tobacco, it's good to go. So I definitely would revisit them.
How were you introduced to Messiah? Because it's not something that's really making waves.
Right. It's something that I think might come up a little bit if people catch on to some of their key flavors. Like lemon mint is a solid Messiah flavor. If you haven't had Messiah lemon mint, do it. But I ended up doing it because it's a big thing locally. It's a Middle Eastern style tobacco. I live in a very Middle Eastern populated part of the state. So when I go into, we actually have hookah shops here, like in Dearborn, on the downtown area of Dearborn. you can stand in the middle of the main street and see 4 or 5 hookah shops, not even lounges, but like hookah shops from
That's
where
awesome.
you're standing. So I popped in and saw this brand, Messiah, and I'd seen some stuff about it on South Smoke, Jessica, because they stock Messiah for a while now. But I saw their lemon mint, and I'm a huge fan of lemon mint flavors, but I'd only up to that point have had one lemon mint that was natural. Can't even remember the brand anymore. It was like a no-name brand from Dearborn. But their lemon mint is a natural lemon mint, so I picked up some of the Messiah flavors, and they're all so solid. But the reason I kind of talked about Messiah is because they have a flavor called Four Seasons, and we were talking about citrus mint, which is a lemon orange mint. Four Seasons is actually a lemon lime grapefruit orange mix, and it's super solid. And what's really weird is you can actually find all of the notes between the exhale and inhale if you pay attention.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, because I haven't, there wasn't much buzz around Messiah when I was smoking it, so I just never really got back into it. It was just something I saw at a hookah shop that I picked up, and I was, pleasantly surprised with it. It was good, but I haven't really tried it again, so I'm gonna have to definitely pick up some more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, I'm gonna get to some comments really quick. Here's one. I'll ask you this question from Hookah Fiend. What's a better mix, Tangier's K Peach and Cane Mint, or Trifecta Ventura Peach and Dirty Mint?
I'm gonna go with Trifecta because that's what I smoke now. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Cane Mint. I smoked Cane Mint religiously. I remember I bought like 500 grams from Hookah Shisha probably like 2 months ago, and it's gone. It's gone. But the problem, like when I compare Cane Mint to Dirty Mint, Cane Mint I feel like has a very specific aftertaste. It's very strong throat hit. I mean, Dirty Mint has it too, but I feel like when you mix Dirty Mint, it mixes better into other flavors rather than the Cane Mint. I feel like Cane Mint is just so powerful. No matter what you put Cane Mint in, it's going to overpower it.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to go towards K Peach cane just because Cashmere Peach is a really complex flavor. And a lot of people are afraid of it because it does have that floral spicy kick. Don't be afraid of it. It's actually really good. You might have to smoke it a few times to get used to it. I feel like a lot of people are the same way with Double Apple. They try it once, they're like, what the hell is this? Then they maybe try it again, they're like, oh, this is actually kind of good. K Peach is the same thing for me. But I think I would smoke both mixes though. Like, don't make me choose. I'll just buy 250 of each and change it up, or even cross brand mix. Like a little bit of Ventura Peach with the K Peach, super solid. It's an awesome way to do it. And then we have let's see here. Really quick, the Shisha Savage comes in with kiwi orange, grapefruit, mint with cream orange, with cream and fresh honey. That's a lot of different Alfaka flavors. Someone was talking about they would just smoke Alfaka if they had to, and I could actually agree with that. Yeah, AF has so many solid flavors that she could smoke Alfaka exclusively and be happy. And I agree with that. If that's all that's available to you, you're not really in a bad place. They have a solid lineup of flavors.
Jesse has a real good comment with the Serpent line from Starbucks.
Okay.
He's asking, has anyone tried Starbucks Serpent King's Tea? I just tried it and it tastes like pepper. Not sure if I just have a bad batch or what. Is it, Jesse, now is it spicy? Like pepper spicy, or is it it's got that black peppery taste?
Man, real quick question for you. Have you tried Serpent?
I did. I tried what is it? I tried the Sting Mint, which I wasn't too over the moon about. I think I still have it. And there's another flavor I have somewhere on this back shelf of amazing flavors back there. I don't remember what it was, but I wasn't over the moon with the Serpent line because I had a lot of buzz around it, but I just never really got into it.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. I'm not a big fan of the Serpent line myself. It seems like they were going for that KFC thing with the kettle cured tobacco and all that. I'm not a big fan of that personally.
I think that we had a discussion a while back on flavors that kind of were overhyped and underperformed. And I'm going to say the KFC line was one of them, and in my opinion, the Serpent line was also one of them.
Yep. And then, J-Rock, sorry I missed it. What's going on? Glad to see you're in the chat. And Sally says, I'd love pure lemon mint. It's so natural. I actually had a chance to smell it at the hookah meetup we had in North Carolina, but I did not smoke it. I need to order some, to be honest. Oh, also, Sally, I have a tracking number coming for you tonight. You know what that's about. I have every other morning. It tastes like Earl Grey and mint to me. What are you talking about? Oh, Paul. I'm not sure what he's talking about here, though.
Speaking of tea flavors, citrus tea from Fumari is very good. I had that recently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a review coming out. It's already done. It just has to be, scheduled. But that flavor was surprisingly very good. Deli tea is also pretty good from
Vintage?
Vintage. Yeah, the deli
solid.
tea is actually very good. I am a tea drinker, so tea flavors are very good in my book. I like that little like the subtleness because they're not overpowering and they're very like just subtle, like just like when you drink tea, it's there, but it's not too crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever had any Alpha Kama? Because they make a grapefruit iced tea flavor that is super solid.
Yes, I had Alpha Gamma at the Hookah Fair here in New York because a vendor came from New Jersey and they were selling them 250s for $10,
Whoa.
and it was fantastic. And I want to say, not pomegranate, not grapefruit. I can't remember the flavor, but it was very good. I wish I haven't had it in a while. That's a flavor that I want to get my hands on. I'm probably when I go to the expo, I'm probably gonna buy a bunch of it. That is a surprisingly good, very cheap, just like Karma is right now, a very cheap, surprisingly very good tobacco.
Yeah, absolutely. Sally taking a stab here at some topical stuff, but you don't see Alchemist doing Starbuzz. Topical. Very true. My precious canes. And then Jesse, I had 3 HJ cubettes and an HJ 80 feet 80 on foil. Don't think it was a heat issue, but I could be wrong. Try it again sometime soon, maybe with my Lotus or my Ferris. To be honest with you, Jesse, I'm not sure if we're still talking about Serpent. I haven't been able to get it to perform well outside of a mix. I have some G-Spot, which is a cinnamon and vanilla flavor. I mix it with some Fumari spice chai and a little bit of Fumari lemon mint. That was pretty good. But it was the Fumari performs. I feel like Fumari's gotten even better. They were never really that bad to begin with, but I feel like recent batches have been solid.
Yeah, such like their sweet mint is amazing. When it comes to Starbuzz Vintage, is all Starbuzz Vintage like a black dark leaf?
Yes, all of it's dark leaf. It's actually Starbuzz. I don't smoke their blonde anymore, but their vintage line is so good. Like I just finally found some fresh lime, which I've had a serious problem finding here locally, and I just found some guy had 1 container of it because it's pretty popular out here. It's the only dark leaf anyone smokes, and I got some. I was smoking that with a mix of that and Honey Doomy, which is also Starbuzz flavor.
I love that.
Good.
I love that name. That is like the greatest name. Shisha Savage says Heaven Leaf has a very accurate tea profile. Okay, Miss Savage. Well, they should because they're tea leaves.
It's made of tea. Yeah, no, she's not wrong though. It does taste very good. And then
I'm just taking a jab back at her because she's hating on my.
Got him. And then Hookah Fiend wants me to ask you if you recommend new tobacco. It hasn't seen a lot of reviews from them, but they got a good price. Prize. Is that supposed to mean price?
Yeah, price. Yes, I still very much recommend new tobacco. I was over the moon with their strong mint that they had. It was very good. Flavor profile. They have a lot of different flavors. They the last one I just did for new tobacco was on their new tobacco coals, which they have a very good lifespan. You're gonna get anywhere between an hour and a half to maybe hour 50 minutes, which is good for cubes that aren't gigantic. Their flavor line, the thing with new tobacco is the flavor line, it spans so many different types of flavors. So I would definitely say give it a try. If you're on the fence, definitely get like the 50 grams. I recommend that for all tobacco companies. If you're on the fence, get a 50 gram, see if you like it, order what you like, but then get the 50 grams, try it out, and if you like it, then order up.
Absolutely. Now, Chris, I'm sure this is going to shock you, but it's been almost an hour.
Oh.
Here on the AM Hookah Podcast. So I do want to start to wrap things up, but before I do, I'm going to give you some space to sit. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? Do you want to plug anything? Is there anything you wanted to go over before we go ahead and wrap this up? Do our plugs. Let everyone know where they can find us.
I think we covered most of the topics. We covered the expo. We covered different types of shisha. We covered some things that we're looking forward to. You know, we also wanted to pay our respects a little bit to Dome at the beginning of the opening to this podcast. We also wanted to plug his GoFundMe, which if you did you drop the link yet in the
So when I
chat?
try to drop it in the chat, it tells me removing link.
Wow, that
So it might not be friendly to drop chat in the link. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to drop it into the description as soon as this video is ended. I'm also going to
mhm.
drop it into the comments of the video. And then I'm going to share it onto our personal Facebook page, as well as push it a little bit throughout the other communities on what do you call it? The Facebook online communities like THL and stuff. Because it's something that a lot of the guys from THL decided to throw together. It's just a great thing. The family could really use it. They're going through a lot right now. So, you know, Dome was a big part of this community, and it seems only fair to give back in any way you can. Obviously, if you can't, don't.
Mhm.
But whoever can, I know his family will appreciate it a lot. Even if it's like $1, $5, whatever, it's going to a really good place.
Yeah, I'm trying to drop the link right now. So what you can do is go to like just copy this link into your browser up there. It will take you to the page. It's very nice to see the community come together and help the family through this unfortunate time. You know, it's always sad when like you have someone in the community and they pass away unexpectedly. So it's very nice to try to give back. Right now, I just checked it. We're at 1,000. $1,000, 85. Wait, 1085 out of 5,000. That's where we're at right now, which is very good. You had Frank from the Hookah Lounge giving $300, which is huge.
Massive. Yeah, that's huge. And there's no worries on this. Even if you don't meet the goal, they will receive it. But the closer we can get to it, the better. And I didn't want to talk too much about it because I know a lot of us are kind of feeling it. I never met Dome personally, but I've had a lot of interactions with him online. I was really looking forward to meeting him at the expo, and I'm honestly, it seems a little heartless, but I didn't think I'd be this torn up about it, and it's been a rough day for me even having
Yeah,
not met the guy. He's just such a good guy. He's been a huge part of the community, and he will be missed. That's just a fact, you know.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's just a shame. Um, Really quick, let's do some quick plugs where we can find you and stuff. Because I know you have this sweet YouTube channel, and then I know you probably have some other social media and anything coming forward. Like, take a minute. What do you got? Where can we find you?
All right. So, yes, I'm Chris Fernandez, aka Dr. Noobsauce. You can find me on YouTube at Dr. Noobsauce. I do reviews for basically anything under the sun that I think is worthy. As being a consumer myself, I will never recommend you something that I first either don't have or would not smoke myself on the regular. So I'm dropping a Fumari review next Saturday about the citrus tea, which I enjoy so much. You can check out my last video, which was about the Sahara Mastodon hookah hose, which is more like a joke video. I just had unfortunate circumstances with that hose, but you can also, I do updates. I try to post every weekend just like Adrian does. So yeah, check me out. I'm always excited to talk to people in the comments section and see what they think. If I missed anything, or if I misspoke, or if I have bad information, don't be afraid to shout it out and let me know. I'm very humble, and if I got something wrong, just let me know without all the expletives.
The telltale sign of a humble person is when they say they're humble. Everyone knows that.
Yes, that's it.
Awesome. So definitely go subscribe to him. He's a good reviewer. That's why he's on the AIM podcast. But I'm Adrian Hunter. I plug myself all the time. But in case there's someone new who doesn't know, I'm Pipe Dream Hookah. Give me a sub or don't. Whatever. If you're just here for the podcast, great. I appreciate you being here. I do hookah reviews just like Chris, tutorials, unboxing, stuff like that. For anyone who liked The Pipeline, which was my hookah news show, I haven't uploaded a video of it for 3 weeks. That's because I'm taking it out of beta. I'm actually writing season 1, episode 1 right now. If all goes well, it should be coming out this coming weekend, episode 1 of The Pipeline. I think it's going to be coming out on Fridays, which is very hard to do for me on my schedule, but I think I'm going to release it bi-weekly, giving me more time to edit and figure it out. So it might not be one take like I've been doing it. It's going to be a little bit better produced. But for anyone who wants to know more stuff about the news, as far as what's going on in the community and stuff, I try to plug all the reviewers' new videos too. Like Chris's videos have been plugged in the past. Anything that's new, I try to get to. And then on Facebook, and then on Twitter and Instagram, it's _Pipe Dream. Don't go there. There's nothing good there for anyone. And yeah, I think that about wraps this up, man. I think we did it. I think we put on a halfway decent podcast. It was a little hard to get through. Got a lot on my mind, but I think we did it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you everyone for coming, checking us out. You can check us out on either our YouTubes or other social media platforms. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me on.
All right, man. It was good to have you. I'm sure we'll talk real quick because we're always in the DMs talking about getting up to no good. But everyone, have an outstanding night and